All right, guys, she's been living in Costa Rica for 3 years. She does some stuff here, and it's very interesting. She sells used cars, man. Used car salesman. That doesn't even sound good, Alli.
I know.
Doesn't even sound good.
Every little girl's dream, right?
She's a scammer. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to get to her in a second. Guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. We're up at Montana de Fuego at the relocation retreat. Check out the Arenal volcano, Alli. It's freaking popping.
Yeah.
Guys, real quick, if Costa Rica's on your radar, but you're not quite sure, this 6-7 day event might be for you. We don't care if you move here, man. We don't care. But we want to give you information so you can make a good decision whether Costa Rica is right for you or it's, honey, we're going to Belize. So all the information is in the link in the description. We would love to see you here. We've got another relocation retreat coming up. It's going to be the shit. Actually, Alli, she presents. That's not what we're talking to her about today. We're going to talk about how she got in Costa Rica and kind of her little story. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. YouTube is tough. If you want to see videos as we put them up, hit the notification bell. And before we get started with your story, I just want to tell them real quick what you do. If you do come to Costa Rica, more likely than not, you're going to be looking for a car. And you do not want to start looking for a car not knowing what you're doing. It's not like wherever you're from. It's difficult. You can get ripped off and it's not good. So I have a video with Alli about getting a car. You might want to reach out. She can help you. I vetted her. Trust me, she's good. If she wasn't good, we wouldn't be talking to her. So anyway, all that stuff, get a hold of me. Want to get a hold of her, we can all make that happen. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. I find it, especially like I don't know if you're single.
I have a partner.
Okay, let's get started. So how'd Costa Rica even get on your radar of living here?
I was traveling the world prior to having kids, and I had been in Australia and through Thailand and Asia and Hawaii and all through the United States traveling in my car. I banked my center console, I was totally free. Came to Costa Rica as the last place I visited before I got pregnant with my first child in 2015. And I loved it. I loved the people. You know what I mean? They were just so nice. I was camping on the beaches, having so much fun. And then once I had my babies and I was living in Minneapolis, freezing cold, I said, I can't do this anymore.
Wait a minute, I want to go back for a second because I always ask this. I only ask this question because I think if you're rich, it changes all answers.
Yeah.
If you have money, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Are you independently wealthy?
No.
But you were traveling the world.
So what I
as a beatnik almost, or were you?
Oh, I had my backpack, no kids. Like I would do gigs, and I was very good at making, a good chunk of money for a single
And then
woman.
go do something.
And then go have fun.
Okay.
Not make these long-term commitments things. I would, do a nanny gig in Vail, Colorado, for a family coming in from Australia, and I would make $15,000 in 2 weeks.
Now, when you considered Costa Rica, so you were here, you liked it. Did you have a plan? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to live there. I'm going to do this thing.
No plan. No plan. I came here traveling
You sound like the rest of us. What's that?
I just said, I came with a bunch of friends in the beginning of 2019 in January. We rented a house in Guanacaste, and afterwards, after the trip was over with the friends, I said to my best friend, I really want to travel more to Costa Rica because I think I got to get out of the U.S. So I brought them along with me, her and her boyfriend, and we traveled. During that trip, I ended up staying a few months longer. I met my Tico partner, and stayed a couple months. They went back. I went back to the States. Got an amazing job that I loved. I was like, okay, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to work this job for a year. Meanwhile, my best friend decides she's moving to Costa Rica. So in about October of that year, it was just like, winter's coming. My best friend's leaving. I'm putting in my notice. 6 weeks notice. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Bringing my 1 and my 2-year-old babies, 1 and 3 almost.
That's a rock star move right there.
And
that's
let's
strong.
go. Suitcases, let's go. I got like.
Did you have family going, what the hell are you doing? Or do they expect it from you because that's how that's just Alli being Alli.
Yeah.
Doing her thing.
Yeah. So, and I had no idea what I was doing. I moved to Drake Bay, which is totally remote, hot.
Keep going.
And I get there and I'm just like, where am I?
But technically, okay, we don't want to bash Drake Bay because
beautiful.
actually it's great. But the problem with Drake, when you're down there, you're kind of down there
alone.
and you're kind of
And it was a shock to my system, right? My kids were now waking up at 4:30 in the morning to the birds because the house was basically open.
And the howler monkeys.
You know, it is just like, it was just really hot, you know?
I don't know, I find it, I've always thought it interesting because, you know, usually when you think of, like when I moved here 18 years ago, it was mostly, you know, retirees.
Yeah.
Oh, we should retire in Costa Rica. And then, you know, in the last 10 years, the whole, I can work anywhere, I'm gonna be remote.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do that thing. I get that, and everyone's is doing that. But as a kind of, you with 2 kids and just kind of going, and you're young, you know, you're young making this decision.
Yeah.
What the hell were you thinking? You know,
Yeah.
I think it's a total rock star move in a way.
Well, and you know, and I just, you know, believe we're always being guided too. So I got down here in November 2019, start a vegan restaurant.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, with my best friend, we're like, we got to make it happen.
Okay,
right?
real quick. So was that planned, or that was still an impromptu thing with even the restaurant?
We got to make it happen. What are we going to do? We met this woman. She had this beautiful space. She's selling fried chicken. We're like, we could turn this into a nice restaurant. You want to team up? And we did, and it was booming. We were like slammed. We were working our butts off morning to night. All the tourists were coming to us before and after the tours. You know, we were doing fresh coconut milk in the blender every morning. We were collecting the coconuts and blending them and doing coffees and stuff. So it was fun, but it's a lot of work. And then all of a sudden we get the announcement, borders closing in 36 hours. Within 24 hours.
The whole C word?
COVID.
Yeah, the C word.
Yeah, the C word, yeah.
The other C word, sorry.
So anyways, it went ghost town. So bye-bye restaurant.
I just want to go back. So you guys that are thinking about Costa Rica, or it doesn't have to be, let's say it's Panama or somewhere else, you have opportunities you may not know even exist. Because you probably didn't know, I didn't think that was going to be an option, whether it's working on the internet, things you can do you didn't know you could do. Your expertise might be in something that does kind of cross over to the internet.
Right.
You started a vegan restaurant. You can be a property manager. All of a sudden you're staying at a hotel and they go, well, we leave 6 months. You want to run my property? Or whatever it is.
Opportunities come.
They do, don't they? I mean, you just start talking to people and all of a sudden they go, hey, help me with this thing and do this thing. And all of a sudden you're living here and you're like, what just happened?
Right.
So it sounds like that's kind of what happened with you. You're just like, okay, this could work. Let's do it. Okay, so now let's fast forward because we all know that during that we're not getting a lot of travelers.
Yeah, no, we weren't. But I was really lucky. My house was on the sand in Drake Bay. So every morning making our coconut milk, enjoying. I'm like, see what? Like that. It didn't affect me. My kids were playing on the beach. Really peaceful time actually. But I was pregnant and growing a baby, and I wanted to birth the baby.
She's got 4 kids. She was pregnant a lot.
Yeah.
She wasn't working as much as she says.
Yeah.
I think she has some playtime there somewhere.
Yeah. So.
Too much?
No, it's okay. So.
We went out last night. I feel I know her.
Yeah. Right.
So fast forward through COVID, you're kind of easy breezing through it. You're not too stressed out about it. But I'm assuming eventually you kind of go, ugh.
But I'm going to have a baby. I better move closer to a hospital if I'm going to do this at home. And so I did. I moved out kind of south of Uvita up the mountain. A beautiful view, beautiful house. Birthed my baby there.
Uvita's Uvita's been the big thing for 7 years. Everyone goes to Uvita.
Yeah. It just felt like, okay, there's restaurants, there's other gringos that stayed. Because Drake Bay, there was nobody left. You know, so that's what I did. I moved out.
So I find it interesting. We'll talk a little bit about this. We did the other video. So what Alli does is she finds you your car, which is watch that video. It's a whole thing. You just do not buy a used car here. It's a thing. It's double the price. You're wondering why. What should I look for? What I need? What is that car going to work? She does all that. But I think it's interesting how you got into it because it sounds like you had some bad experiences and said, I think this could be better.
Yeah. So in the beginning of that 2019 year while I was traveling here, I'm getting sick of paying for the rental car. And I said, I just bought a 2010 Volvo in the United States, leather seats, 1 owner, beautiful car, $6,000, right? So I'm like, I'll buy a $6,000 car here, no problem. So we start looking at cars, and I'm like,
did you say 6,000?
Yeah, $6,000, right?
Sorry.
So, yeah. But I just got one in the States. So I had no reference point.
You're like, that's good. That's a nice, decent used
money on the rental car, right? I bought a 2000 Nissan Xterra, You know what I mean? That's
Nissan, good car, basically. I mean, supposedly, right?
I didn't know anything about cars. You know what I mean?
And it was a 2000.
It was a 2000, right? It's what I could get, right? So anyways, yeah, it died on the way home from signing the paperwork with the attorney. It just stopped on the road.
And you know what? I'm sure you just had recourse. You probably could take it back and get your money back, right? No, you're just going to take it back and get your... Didn't work like that?
You just gave the guy the money and you signed the legal paperwork. It's your car now.
You own it?
Yeah.
And there's no...
that's
nothing.
That's it.
But then it sounded like it might have happened again in some weird way.
Yeah, it continued to happen because then... I mean, that car never actually worked, right? Like, I got like maybe a couple weeks out of driving it. But I continued to fix it because I've invested in it, and now I invested a little more. Now I invested a little more. You don't give up on a car. It's just one more thing. And I'm not kidding when I say this car after 2 years was close to $20,000 of just stuff.
You know, it's interesting, and I think this even happens in the States. And my ex, he has a RAV4. It was good, 9 years. I mean, it was old. He bought it used.
Yeah.
Good car for the 9 years he's had it. So, okay, it's breaking down a little bit. Let me go do this thing.
Yeah.
Everything here, and I think probably everywhere with mechanics, is $300. I mean, or $500. And you cross this line. You keep taking it back.
Yeah.
2,000.
Yeah.
And up to 5. And you kind of go, wait a minute. Wait. Where should I keep doing this?
Yeah.
Because it's a good car. I just need to fix that one thing and we're good.
And I've already invested so much, so I shouldn't stop now.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, you should have stopped. I should have stopped when it died that day, that first day.
And
like
just
there's actually a theory in all this, like that I can't remember, it's sunk lost cause fallacy or something like that. The sooner you would have stopped, if I would have stopped the day I bought it, instead of go buy $6,000, I would have saved all this money, all this time, all this energy.
You know, it's funny. I did a video. It's my last video I put up. A girl named Lisa who lives in Uvita.
Yeah.
She does a salon. We talked about her car because she had this thing, and she goes, "This car sucks." And she was talking about she kept giving money. She looks in the camera and she goes, "My advice to you is buy a new car.
Yeah.
Don't do this thing here because." Well, just real quick, we don't have to we have that video we did, but just explain why this can go south so quick. Double the price. Any car here is double the price, used or new.
Yeah.
So you start, and then finding a mechanic. Is your car that you shipped here or whatever you bought? Can you get the parts here?
Yeah.
Can you find a good mechanic here?
Right.
Can you do this here?
Right.
Or is it milking you? What do? You don't know enough about cars. They said no, we'll just fix this thing. You know. So there's a lot of issues. And I think a lot of people, like us probably, we're kind of budget. We're not independently wealthy. We want a car to start and get us over there.
That's all I want.
And if it doesn't do that, and we got to spend more, we're kind of in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's kind of go with like maybe you want to take your car more seriously and maybe spend the extra. Not that we're trying to sell you a car, but what you don't
have to buy it from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But budget enough for your car that you're going to have peace and that you're going to be able to have fun here.
And when you go out, it's going to start.
Do it the first time.
Yeah.
Don't wait like me until it's been 4 cars and $40,000 and then you go order a new car.
Right. So this is what Alli does, but we're going to get back a little bit to living here. So what do you love about living here?
The pace of life. Being more relaxed. I love, I have a little bit of a long drive to work because I live in the mountains, but I love that my traffic is getting stuck behind a cow trailer and the scenery is beautiful. My kids are outside in nature all day.
I'm gonna double down on that because to me it slowed me down and made me kind of like appreciate my moments, we'll say, live in the moment they say, or be you. I think it really provides that backdrop. Because if you're type A and you're go, and you're trying to change your life, you can't force Costa Rica will help you with that. Because you're not going to fast pace Costa Rica.
No.
They will slow you down whether you want to or not.
And you're going to learn to chill with it because otherwise only you're going crazy.
And you won't last. You won't last.
You'll get spit back out. We see it all the time. People come and they go and they come and they go, or they come and they stay and they relax and they love it.
Right. So are you going to say the people?
What was that?
Are you going to say the people? You like the people?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, a lot of people, when I ask that question, Actually, that's one of their first answers. They go, "Oh no, the people are just so nice."
They are.
And that really is
That's why
true.
Yeah.
It really is true.
Yeah, they really are nice. Now, doing businesses and processes here, well, that's quite an interesting thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Allie, that's another video.
hold on
That's
tight.
another video.
But there's businesses and processes involved in what I do, right? And we do make it so much simpler for people because I've also vetted the people in the process. And I just say, do what step 1, 2, 3, done. You don't have to go do all the research and figure out the attorneys and, you know, how to transfer the money. Like, we will handle all of that for you.
Allie just took it back to what she does because she's promoting herself, but I'm going to pull her back into living here because that's what we're talking about. But that was good.
Yeah.
So, okay, this is also serious. So
Yeah.
we know what you like, but what is there things you kind of go,
Well, that's kind of what I was starting to touch on. You know?
I don't
Like,
believe you. I think she's promoting a business. I don't believe her.
Yeah.
I'm just this is what we do in the business.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So like for me, I had a problem. My biggest thing
Yeah.
always and kind of still is, I don't care what the rule is.
Yeah.
It can be something I hate. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me what I need to do.
Right.
Just say the thing. Don't
beat around the bush.
Yeah, don't
Tell me the opposite.
Yeah, just say it. I'm there. What I don't like is I always kind of say this. The only thing nothing's black and white here, except for nothing is black and white here.
Yeah.
You know, so if you just give me the black and white, I'll do the thing. I will, do whatever I got to do, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Just tell me I got to do it, but they don't tell you.
Yeah, I know they don't tell you.
So that's kind of my personal thing.
Yeah.
So do you have one? Do you have like something that kind of, if you could change it, you would, if you could change it.
I wish that there was overall more honesty. I've ran into...
Damn, she just threw a whole population under the bus.
No.
You better explain yourself, Allie. You're in trouble right now. You're going to get canceled. You're going to get canceled.
it's just, I think it's culturally, like, it's...
That yes and when I mean no type of thing, you mean? Like they always say yes, but
or they'll tell you yes, but they really don't want to, or they're not coming, but they don't want to be rude and tell you no.
I think they say yes as an option. You know what I mean? Like, well, I get to pick. I'm just going to say yes and hope it works out.
Yeah.
Even though I mean maybe or maybe not.
Yeah, or no.
But I got to admit, what I like about that is you get to do the same thing if you want. Like if you say, hey, my Tico friend, can you come to my party Friday night? And they go, yes.
Yeah.
They don't show up.
It's not a big deal.
Now, if I do that, so I told you I was going to come to your party on Friday. Now, I'm tired, and I'm like, I'll meet you. I'm not coming. And I feel bad. I feel so bad telling you, and I got to make up an excuse. You get to do the same. They don't care.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
do
It's
not
very
care. But
true.
you know how we sweat? Like, oh my God, I got to make an excuse because
they're so chill about it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter if you said that and you did. Nobody cares. You know what I mean? Nobody cares. But in terms of like doing businesses and processes, it can
tell me
make
the
it
answer.
a lot of guesswork.
Tell me the answer. Right. You're right.
You know what I mean? It can make a lot of guesswork, and it's a lot of a roundabout. Here's when it's the same kind of thing you're saying. Be direct. Just be super honest, and it makes processes so easy.
Actually, you rebounded very well. I tried to give you some shit, but you're right about that because now you're not talking about personal, you're talking about business. And so just tell me yes or no, and I can work with it, but don't just kind of, and then willy-nilly, and then it's a no or whatever. So you wasted a lot of time as well.
But it is also, it is, like you said, one of the most beautiful things about here because nobody cares what you're doing. They're just so chill about things, and it's we get a lot more uptight in America or hang on to things that just doesn't happen.
Oh, we're very uptight.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about, that's my favorite thing. It really slowed me down because I'm a kind of a type A, a little bit of type A.
Yeah.
So it kind of like, okay, Michael, breathe.
Yeah. Taught me how to be a better mom. You know what I mean? I observed the moms here in the super. They're not like, sit down right now. They're going to be more bang.
So if
and I was like, just chill.
Yeah.
Kids are kids.
So if you weren't doing the car thing, what was what was the plan with you? Yeah, kind of.
Well, before that whole thing happened in our world, I really thought like that restaurant would have been amazing. I was meeting cool people. It would have gotten big, but that shifted the course of things. And
it doesn't sound like though Drake would have been an option with all the kids down there either.
you know, we had a nice spot. If the restaurant would have kept going, you know, it would have worked. It was breezy once we moved to the beach, so it was a really nice spot. But yeah, I just things shifted, and I saw what's the need in Costa Rica? Like, this can't be true that people have to go through what I went through with cars, because it was really sad.
You know, it's crazy because again, if people have never been here, don't live here, they're kind of going, Michael and Alli, come on,
yeah,
it's a used car. It is a thing. It really is a thing, and it can really ruin plans, especially if you're kind of budgety. You know, like, okay, I care about my money. Most people do, and it's like, damn, and they do what you said. You know, I could spend 25, but I'm gonna spend 15. I'm gonna save a little money, and we both know what's gonna happen with that. And I don't know. So I totally agree. But if you don't live here, don't know, they're saying,
these guys,
come on.
No, but it's real experiences. You know, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I said this week, I was like, you know, said to my coworker, I'm like, we've got another crier out there. You know, and I'm serious. She was out there crying, and I just had to let her go cry and like get it out. And she came back in. She's like, I'm composing myself.
You're in another country. It's you just broke down on a freaking mountain.
She broke down.
It's raining. You don't know cars. You don't know mechanics. You can't speak Spanish. Your phone is battery dead.
No, or no service.
It's not like it's a weird. It's not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah. You want to rely on your
Actually,
car.
how's your Spanish?
It's good.
How's the kids? Are they doing both?
Yeah.
Don't you love kids? You could teach them.
You
teach them like 9 languages.
Yeah, they're going to teach me all the conjugations and stuff, because that's where I'm lacking still. But my kids are boom, 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 boom.
So your plans? So I'm assuming you're locked down here for at least a while. I mean, you don't have any plans of leaving?
With 4 kids, like traveling, you know, that's why I moved somewhere where I could feel like I was always on vacation. That was kind of my idea. I was like, I got kids. I've got little kids. Like, I'm not just throwing on that backpack and going to Thailand. It's not that easy anymore. So let's go somewhere where there's vacation, and we can come here. We can go to the mountains where it's cold. You know what I mean? I love the climates here. So it's like really a perfect place for us to just be for a minute.
Homeschooling, public, private? What do you do with your kids at schooling?
They've been doing homeschooling, and now they're in a little Waldorf program that's close to
Are you in that like network of homeschooling here? I know it's not. It's illegal.
No, well, my kids, because they're United States citizens, are registered in the state of Wisconsin, where they spend some summers with my mom. We registered them in the school homeschooling program there, so it's officially registered that they are in school, in an official school, and they're United States citizens. It's legal.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys want to talk about your kids, and I guess
it's a big deal because you really aren't technically allowed to homeschool here. If your kids are Ticos, you know, they're born in this country, or you live here permanently.
Well, I think homeschooling is a good option, just pretty much for anybody, really, wherever you live. But that's just me, my opinion on that.
Homeschooling's beautiful.
I'm not sure if the public schools anywhere, like in the United States, are that great, but that's another video.
We keep our kids learning what we really want to show them, and let them guide their days.
Very nicely said.
Yeah.
Let them. They're going to go where they want to go, and let's teach them that. We'll give them some foundations.
Right?
You're going to get 2 + 2, and you're going to know the verbs. But after that, we're going to let you kind of tell us where you want to go.
Right. You want to research mud bees today? They're looking at the mud bees. Okay, let's get on. Let's find out about these guys.
You know what? I'm so bummed. That's probably the only thing I'm bummed about my own life, because I was a terrible school person because I don't learn like they teach. I was on Ritalin my whole, I was that kid that you couldn't keep in the chair.
Yeah.
I needed to be out. I needed to be kind of out, exploring. I'm a creative soul and sensitive, so I didn't learn like the other kids. And I felt bad, like, well, I must be a little stupid because they're all doing good.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a bummer, but we're not going to get into that either.
Right.
But you know what I mean? I like the homeschooling thing because I think you're right. Like, you need a foundation. Obviously, you've got to teach math and some of these things, and a little bit of history in this thing. But after that, it's like, you like those plants? Let's look at it. You're not into that? And maybe you love math. Let's go that way.
Right.
So
you want to bake? Let's plant a garden today. I mean, there's just so many life skills.
So what would you advise? Okay, so I always think it's cool. So what advice would you give somebody? It doesn't have to be Costa Rica.
Yeah.
I think we're made to be on an adventure. I think we're made to go through the hardships and be who we are. And you're like, I did that thing.
Yeah.
So we got to be on that adventure. So would you tell people to make the leap to whatever it is to do?
Always.
Yeah, kind
Take
of.
a leap of faith. You know, because you don't know what's on the other side and what beautiful things can come if you stay in your comfort zone.
And I want to say, I don't know if we said it in this video or the last video we did, but I really believe that Costa Rica provides more opportunities than people even understand that they have.
Oh, yeah.
Like you did not, sitting in wherever you were, go, you know what? I'm going to sell cars.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do, Mom. You don't know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, you know, whether it's internet, things maybe you're an expert at something that you don't even translate to the internet, you don't know, or you come down here and you're doing whatever you're doing. I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunities here, and to live that kind of life that, to me, time's a commodity.
Yeah.
Not money.
Yeah.
It's your time and how you're spending it, to me, is the biggest thing. So I think Costa Rica definitely provides that.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, man, we love Alli. We'll probably talk to her again. I won't see her again till the next relocation retreat, and we'll talk to her again and catch up. But man, Alli, thank you so much for sharing your experiences. And trust me, if you're looking for a car, don't learn the hard way, guys. I have these, it takes me forever. It's taken me 18 years to find Alli. 18 years. You use her, you got no stress. You're going to get a car. You might be spending a little more than you might. I mean, it's just expensive, but it's great. The contacts, I think, are great here. And when you find the people, whether it's immigration, construction, real estate, whatever it is, you don't have to stress about be in the middle of buying a car with the wrong person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
Now you've given money. I gave you $10,000 for a deposit. Did you? I don't remember. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Guys, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Things are going to pop up. Thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it's Costa Rica, Alli, I'm going to say they should watch my videos.
Yeah.
We'll throw Sarah down there. I mean, Sarah too. You guys know Sarah. Anyway, guys, peace.